परमात्मबुद्धि प्रकाशम मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। वेदांतार्थ विभासकाय गुरवे शांताय सन्यासिने नानावादी नगेन्द्र संघपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मोहध्वान्त दिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिधां बिभ्रते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततं पूर्णाय बोधात्मने। सर्वतन्त्र स्वतन्त्राय सदात्माद्वैतवेदिने श्रीमते शंकरार्याय वेदांत गुरवे नमः। योऽवतीर्ण ह्याचार्य रूपेण यतीनामुदे श्रीमन्नारायणं वन्दे तं हरिं करुणानिधिं। मननाख्यं प्रकरणं वासुदेवयतीश्वरैः रचितं विस्तरेणाद्य संग्रहेण प्रकाश्यते। बालानां उपकाराय मम विज्ञानसिद्धये तत्र श्रीबालगोपाल कृष्णसन्निहितो भवेत्। ओम अस्य अज्ञानस्य स्वरूपलक्षणं किमिति चेत् तद्दुर्वचम्. Now there is an inquiry as we want to know what is this ajnanam, which is the poola karanam of dukkham, the very fountainhead from where all the dukkhas come. So therefore, even if we put an end to one dukkha, why is there another dukkha always coming up, standing, waiting in the queue? Why does this constant onslaught of the dukkha does not end? And that is because the mother of all the dukkhas is this avidya, this ajnanam, and that is there. So unless and until this ajnanam is finished, the shokam cannot be crossed over. And that is the reason why the Shruti's pratijna is there. There is a declaration that the Shruti has made, and that is tarati shokam atmavid. This is what is there. So asya ajnana, and therefore, now that you want to deal with ajnana, then naturally you need to have its lakshanam, because lakshana pramanabhyam. Now, if you want to know something and if you have to make something evident, you need to have its lakshana and pramana. So asya ajnanasya swarupa lakshanam. So naturally now there is this inquiry, what is the swarupa lakshanam, what is by itself? Now if you are simply going to say it is the karanam of dukkham, it will still become tatastha lakshanam. You know what is tatastha lakshanam? Like the kakavantaha devadattasya graham. Kakavantam devadattasya graham. The house with crow on the roof is Devadatta's house. Now he told you that crow sitting on the roof of Devadatta's, the crow sitting on that roof, the house on which whose roof the crow is sitting is Devadatta's house. You can understand what is Devadatta's house, but that crow is not an integral part of Devadatta's house. If the crow flies away, now where is Devadatta's house gone? You don't have a question. Devadatta's house disappeared. Which is Devadatta's house on which crow sits? Now the crow is gone inside on some other house. This only is Devadatta's house. Will you do that? No. So you are using that crow as a tatastha lakshanam. Because why? Because it is not intrinsic. It is not in the embedded in the nature of that house. Like that, there is Tatastha Lakshana, but that which is the very nature of Devrata's house. Say, suppose if he would have had said, the house with the blue wall on the eastern side, okay, is Devrata's house. Now you can say that house which has got a blue wall on the east side is there. That is Swarupa Lakshanam, correct? Therefore, or he may tell you the house with 19 windows. Okay, fine, understood. So now, like that, similarly, what is this Swarupa Lakshanam of Ajnanam? That is made, that is being asked, which it is replied, it is Gurvacham. Why? Because Tad Ajnanam na sat na sat. It is neither sat, existent or existence as of, or no asat. It cannot be even called as real, nor can it be called as non-existent. Okay. Now, my question to you is, what is it that you call as real? What is it that even on a vyavaharika stara, what is it that you call as real? That which cannot be falsified, isn't it? That which cannot be falsified. Somebody has made, nowadays you get those toys with tigers and bears and lions, and you see them outside on the road very often. The people use as pillows or some, bolster. Now they look so real, okay? But why not real tiger or a deer? What is it? This is nothing but some synthetic fibers, correct? So, so why are you not calling it real? Though it looks like tiger, because it can be falsified. Now, if somebody was to tell you, this is nothing but just some cotton stuffed in that synthetic cloth or whatever it is. Now, is there a possibility of falsifying it? You will say, well, it is real. It is nothing but just cotton rolled in that cloth. Instead of making a bolster round, they have made a different shape of that bolster or a pillow. So now that what can be falsified cannot be called as real. Then when do you say something can be falsified? You see, so it is not easy enough. So when do you say something can be falsified? When it gets disproved through knowledge. Okay. Because if you go over there to see, no, what is it, real snake or what is it, real tiger? You find nothing. So the knowledge that it is cotton rolled up in that cloth in a particular shape is that knowledge falsifies the tiger. And therefore, that what can be proven otherwise by knowledge is falsification. And that what can be falsified is not real. So at the end, what do you find? That which gets falsified through knowledge, okay, is called as not real. So this Ajnanam cannot be called as Sat. Why? Because it can be eradicated through knowledge. You see, it can be eradicated through knowledge. So that which can be removed through knowledge, now, is then called as not real. And then this This Lakshanam, this don't you find in ignorance, that ignorance can be removed by knowledge, and therefore it is not real. So the tiger can be removed by knowledge, and therefore that tiger is not real. You see? And so nasat, nasat, it cannot be even called as asat, as non-existent. If it is non-existent, how would we experience it? So we are experiencing it. And how is your experience? Naham Brahma. I am there, but I am not Brahman. This is what you are saying all through. Whatever you may say and speak about yourself, I am a great sadhak. No, I am very sattva-guni sadhak. You call yourself sadhak or badhak. You are saying that I am not Brahman. है ना? Whatever abhiman you may keep. But we are seekers. No? Some people have heard that is seekers, sadhak people. Then in Vrindavan, they have got some another very funny thing. Well, I mean, funny in the sense is good. I told you, even in this, what do they call, Adhyaropa, Adhyasa, there is an order. There is, there is an order. Everything is not a mess. There is a particular order. So then they call themselves as Sakhis. All these women and men, they will also, men also, they call Sakhis. Who's Sakhi? Shri Krishna Sakhi. Hmm? Another one. Now you are interested in calling yourself sadhak. Now go to Vrindavan. Then what sadhak badhak? You should be what? Sakhi. Shri Krishna's Sevika. And then you should serve the Yugal Sarkar. Yugal Sarkar means Radha Krishna. Should be in their service. Then all the time make garlands or make some sweets or something. Or sweep the temple. Sakhi. Something or the other you should keep on doing, or stitch clothes for them. There's a lot of work, no? But a lot of Sakhis also. And all Sakhis are doing the work. Work does not finish only there. And that's why they say we don't want even this work also to finish, because this is how we are serving Radha Krishna. By any which ways, whatever abhiman that you may keep, ultimately, what are you saying? Naham Purnaha. What are you saying? Naham Purnaha. And therefore, whatever you may say is nothing but ignorance. So, Nasat, if something is experienced, you cannot deny it. Now, something is experienced. If something was asat, totally non-existent, it is not even experienced. So you cannot say that this Ajnanam is asat because it is experienced. Naham Brahma iti, you are saying already. True. And it is not a matter of saying or not saying. It is a matter of anubhava paryavasai. This knowledge will always culminate. It culminates as your experience only. What is your experience about aham? That is aham is parichinna. You may give it various names and decorate it in different ways. Oh, we are devotees, we are sakhis, we are all, if you have anything else, please keep calling yourself that. But in Kashi, nobody is. We say we are Shivaganas. Shivagana. All people in Kashi, what? You know who are Shivaganas, right? Hmm. Bhoot Pret. So what happened in Kashi during this holy festival and all these foreigners come. They're there already. And they're fair, and all their golden matted locks already they have it. They love to make those locks and all. So these people, local people, catch them and dress them up as Shivaganas. And then they dance on the rope to make them dance. Not sure. Yeah. Shivaganas. You're Shivagana, na Shivagana. Then they take band and dance. And so all these matted locks and all, they're dancing. Call yourself anything, but ultimately your experience is that aham parichinna. I am limited, small. Got it? And therefore, a ajnanam is experienced. You cannot deny it. So if it was asat, it cannot be. The very fact is that you are experiencing it, and therefore it cannot be called as asat. It cannot be called as sat. Why it cannot be? The reasons are different. Why it cannot be called as sat, as real? Because it can be eradicated through knowledge. But it cannot be called even as asat because it is experienced. Napi sadasat. It is not a combination of sat and asat, real and non-existent. How can, is there such combination possible also? Otherwise, if somebody wants to get married, then marry your daughter to this Pandyaputra. Possible? No. And so, sadasat cannot be the combination. No, savayava. It is not with avayavas. Okay. Why is it not with avayavas? We will see. It is not even niravayava because the whole world is nothing but this ajnanam only in or maya in different forms. But how is it possible to have such a multiplicity, varying degrees and permutation and combination of the three gunas? So it has avayavas or not? Then how can you say it is niravayava? So that's why you cannot say it is niravayava. Okay? No bhayatmikam. It cannot be even ubhayatmak. Ubhayatmak means combination of savayava and niravayava. Okay? It is not. Savayava means with parts and niravayava means without parts, partless. It is not a combination of partless and with part. It cannot, there is no such thing. Na bhinnam, it cannot be even called as something that is apart from Brahman because your experiences, it is there. So that existence is Brahman and therefore it is not apart from Brahman. Na abhinnam. So if it is not apart from Bhinnam, let us call it abhinnam from Brahman. That also not possible. Because Brahman will also become, by that virtue, Brahman will become eradicated or destroyed through knowledge, but Brahman does not get destroyed through knowledge. And na bhinnam, na bhinna bhinnam. So you have applied everything that you can apply to give it a definition. And what is the net result of that? Kintu anirvachaniyam. How is this ajnanam? Therefore, it cannot be. It cannot be defined. It cannot be defined. So anirvachaniyam. Paramatma is also in a way undefinable. But the reason why Paramatma is undefinable is different, and why Ajnanam is indefinable is different. Okay? Otherwise, you will say both of them are like that, the same category. No. You are calling Shri Krishna also as a thief, and you are calling your neighbor's son also a thief. Why? What is the difference? The neighbor's son got into your backyard and took away all the guavas. Okay? Shri Krishna is thief because he has stolen our hearts. You know? He has stolen our heart. So now, does that make Shri Krishna also equally thief as as you can charge him as thief? Huh? No. You're going to say, please take it away. Come and steal. This is a liability with us. Take it with you. Uh, so that's why Paramatma is also Nirvachaniyam in a way. And Ajnanam is also. But the reason why Ajnanam is a Nirvachaniyam is different, and why Paramatma is a Nirvachaniyam is different. Okay. Okay. So Kintu Anirvachaniyam, that he has said. Now the question goes, and why are you saying not Sat Asat, not Sadasat, na Savayavam, na Niravayavam, no Bhayatmakam, na Bhinnam, na Bhinnam, na Bhinna Bhinnam? Why are you saying all these things to this Ajnanam? Tat Katham. How do you justify that claim of yours? Tatvajnanena Badhitatvat na Sat. Okay. Why is it not real? Because it is eradicated, Badhitam, falsified through knowledge. Tattvajnana. And which knowledge? Brahmajnanam. Okay. Tattvajnana means Brahmajnanam. Tattva means only Brahma. Okay. Generally, how you say Tattvajnana means philosophy and all, not philosophy. In our thing, Tattva is only Paramatma. Te upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Tattvadarshi is who? Brahmajnani. And therefore, what is called as Tattvam? Brahma is Tattvam. Okay. Tattvajnanena badhitatvat na sat. Shashavishana naravishana gaganara vindadivan na piyasat. Shashavishana. Vishana means the horn. Okay. Then Shasha is this rabbit. Nara is a human being. Nara does not have a horn. Shasha also does not have a horn. Or Gagana Arabinda, like the Gagana Pushpam, like this flowers of space. You can make flowers of from water, freeze it, and then they have these ice sculptures. You've seen, no? Uh, with fire also, with crackers and all, they create all these various designs. But can you have Gagana Pushpa, Gagana Aravinda? No. That's why Shasha Vishana, Nara Vishana, Gagana Aravinda, what are all these three? Asat, absolutely absent, and therefore they are called as Asat. So it is not Asat like that. Why is it? Why are you not ready to call it Asat? Because Aham Ajnaha iti sarvaihi anubhuyamanatvat. Actually, nobody goes out and say, aham atmiya, aham atmiya. Everybody of us has got a claim. Oh, I'm smart, I'm smart. I know, I know. Eh? મને બધું બધા ખબર છે, બધા ખબર છે. I know everything, I know everything. Nobody goes out to say that I don't know. Hmm? You know, before this Google map came, we had to stop on the road several times and ask people. Now, even though that fellow who did not know where to go, he will say, I think you should go from here. Hey, you don't think. If you tell, if you know, but he is not ready to admit even in that smallest of small thing, you see. And if you feel, there are some people, they come to the Mahatmas, Swamiji, we are, Ajnani Jivas, Pamar, Ajnani Pamar. Oh, very nice humility and all that. Then this person who is showing humility, then you actually call him a Murkha in front of all people. What? Calling him Murkha? What you only said you are Ajnani means Murkha. Hmm? I am a Palmer. Then you say, you call him a Palmer. What? In front of people, you call him Palmer. So you see, nobody really wants to say that. Aham Ajniha. You may not say Aham Ajniha, but what are you saying? Yeah, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm good, I'm bad, I'm Punyaman, I'm Papi, I'm Sakhi, I'm whatever you can, I'm names that you can give to yourself. What is that ultimate meaning of it? Aham Ajnaha. You see? So Aham Ajnaha iti sarvaihi anubhuyamanatvat. This is the reason why it cannot be called as Asat. Because if something is Asat, it cannot be experienced. But I am experiencing that Aham Ajnaha. I am not experiencing, I am Ajnaha. Whatever you are saying, even this claim that I'm knower, I know, I'm no. This pramata that you're claiming yourself to be, that is itself is ajnanam, declaring blatantly. Aham ajnaha iti sarvaihi anubhuyamanatvat. Napi sadasat. It cannot be even this combination of sat and asat. Why? Paraspara virodha. They are totally opposed to each other. That what is real and that what is non-existent. You cannot put them together because paraspara virodhat. Furthermore, sthulakasha, sthulakasha sukshmaha, tasmadapi sukshmo. Now, what is, you tell me, what is it what is the point that he wants to come to in this paragraph? Anybody remembers? Let these people also answer. Now, if you answer everything, who will answer
here? Ajnanasya swarupa lakshanam.
That we are already doing. But what is the point in this paragraph? Sat, Asat we have covered. What is the next one?
Sadasat.
That Sadasat also we have covered. Paraspara virodha.
He is making the point that Ajnanam is anirvachaniyam.
That's the last thing. That after going through the whole rigmarole, then you will come to the conclusion it is anirvachaniyam. Okay. But now,
with parts, without parts.
Who said that? Please tell me. What? That it is
with parts and without parts.
So what is the first point? That Ajnanam cannot be said as to be with part, Savayavam.
Savayavam.
It cannot be called as Savayavam. Avayava means part. Savayavam means Avayavena Saha. So that Saha, that only Sa is kept in that compound word and it becomes Savayava.
Niravayava.
And what will be opposite of Savayava?
Niravayava.
Niravayava. Okay. Then, now, cannot be called as Savayava also. Ajnanam cannot be called as Savayava. Why it cannot be called as Savayava? Here is your reasoning. Because what was the student's demand? Tat kathamiti. For every point, his question is applicable to every point. It cannot be called as Savayava. What is his question then? Tat katham. It cannot be called as Niravayava. Then question will be Tat katham. It cannot be even called a combination of Savayava and Niravayava. And so he will question Tat katham. So at every point, now it has whatever claim that you have made needs to be properly justified. Okay. Sthula akashaha. This akasha that you are seeing is the sthula akasha. Seeing in the sense that akasha in which this entire vyavahara is taking place, coming, going, all these things is happening. So what happens is that this is sthula akasha. If you remember, when will it be called as sthula?
Panjikrita.
Ah, very good. Uni, you remember?
Yes, Swamiji. Yes, Swami. Yes.
Okay. Jayama, you remember? When is Akasha called as sthula? So now what has happened is, now this Akasha is sthula Akasha. And in this sthula Akasha, do you find any parts? The parts, Ghatakasha and Mathakasha that you see, the parts, right? Are imagined in the Akasha or not? There is this room. So there is space in the room. And that's
Yes.
why you're calling it room space. So you're calling it Mathakasha. Then in this Matha, there is one Ghata also. In that Ghata also, there is one Akasha. So that is pot space. Correct. So now these parts of the space that we are seeing as Ghatakasha, Pataka, and Mathakasha, they are real or they are imagined?
Real.
Real. Space is real.
If they are real, then when you lift the pot and take it, then you carry that space with you. Like if you have water in the Ghata Jala, that same water will go from here to the other place or not? So is it the same space that is going from here to there? Only.
The
It's
Ghata
present
is
everywhere. It's present everywhere.
So that space as Ghatakasha is imagined or not?
Yes.
Yeah, it is imagined.
Ubhati is there.
If the walls of that pot are not there, is there anything like the pot space?
No.
If the walls of the matha are not there, is there anything like Mathakasha, the
No.
room space? When did the room space come? When there were walls. So actually have those walls divided the space?
Yes.
yes.
Space appears divided because of the wall.
The wall is in the space.
The wall is in the space. So now he is saying that in the Sthulakasha itself, there are no parts. Then what is Sukshma than the Stulakasha?
Panchikrita Panchamahabhut.
And in those Apanchikrita Panchamahabhutas, what is the Sukshma most?
Tattva Rajas Tamas.
अरे नहीं भाई, आकाश पंचीकृत भूतों में.
Akasha is the Sukshma of all.
So therefore he says, Sthulakasha Sukshma. In our Vyavaharik transactional world, what is the most Sukshma, what is the most subtle that you have is Akasha. Subtler than this Akasha is the Sukshma Akasha. Okay? Apanchikrita Akasha. This Akasha itself does not have any parts. Then where is the question of parts being there in the Sukshma Akasha? Sukshma than that are the gunas. And even Sukshma than the gunas is Ajnana. So by Kaimutika Nyaya, if this Thulakasha itself does not have any parts, where is the question of there being parts in the most subtle, that is Ajnanam, than all of this? ठीक है, Pravama?
Yes, Swamiji.
Got it?
Yes.
And therefore, tasmat sukshmasyapi moola karanatvad ajnanam na savayavam. Why the avayavatva is denied? You understand? How did it gets denied? Through the Kaimutika Nyaya. Kaimutika Nyaya means kimuta, what to speak about. Okay? Sometimes they say, oh, this fellow is very bright. Then his father must be brighter. That may not be the real case, though. So, tasmat sukshmasyapi moola karanatvat ajnanam savyavam. Sthula padartha jagadakarena parinaman na niravayavam. Na savayavam is understood. But now this ajnanam only has modified into this world of various names and forms, and had it not to be savayava, how can it get modified? How can there be multiplicity? You understand? How can there be this multiplicity? This multiplicity is possible. See, now everybody, you people, 10 people, 10 women, we will tell of your different houses, all of you, to make one type of vegetable. But from 10 places it will come. But will the taste be the same? Why? Because somebody will put more chili, somebody will put less chili, somebody will put more salt, somebody will put less salt, so on and so forth. So the avayavas, without the avayavas being there, how can there be multiplicity? What is required for multiplicity? That the karanam should be savayava. Okay? And therefore this ajnanam cannot be called as niravayava because it is the cause of multiplicity. But ajnanam at the same time cannot be called as savayava. And therefore to call it savayava or to call it niravayava is, this question cannot be answered. And therefore it is by this standard also Ajnanam is anirvachaniyam. Apply any standard. And what will you find? That is Ajnanam is anirvachaniyam. Okay. Okay, then let us say that it is a combination of Savayava and Niravayava. That, how can there be this combination? So there is one Nyaya, Ardha Jalata Nyaya. So one fellow wanted to go to another village, but he had a chicken, one hen. Okay. And so he gave that hen to his neighbor to take care, saying that I am going for 7 days. You feed this chicken. And at night, those who have seen, lived in villages, they know that when the chickens come back in the evening, they will put them under a basket and keep. Huh? Yeah. So we used to go and remove those baskets and the chickens will be running all around. किसी के घर में पत्थर हम उठाते थे, भगाते थे. So they used to beat us then because chickens are running everywhere. Those people's houses. Huh? Then they used to keep that basket under the basket. So this man gave his chicken to this fellow, saying that you take care of my chicken for 7 days. On the 7th day, this fellow returned back, and this fellow was incidentally sitting for food. And in his plate was chicken curry. And so this fellow asked, hey, where is my chicken? And he looks into his plate. Where is my chicken? Half of it is in that vessel and half is, eating grains outside. Not possible. This is Ardha Jananya. So, is it possible that half of Ajnanam is Savayava and half of it is Niravayava? Possible. He says, no, Anyonya Virodhat, no Bhayatmakam. So, even this kind of a possibility is denied. So, even by the standards, if you want to define Ajnanam as Savayava or Niravayava, it is not possible. And that is the reason why Ajnanam still remains Anirvachaniyam. Acha, then let us see Atmano Bhinnamiti Ched. It is something other than Atma. If you are going to say it is other than Atma, there will be Pramana Virodha. Shruti Virodha means Pramana Virodha. And anything that is Pramana Virodhi can never get accepted. Now say suppose there is one rose flower in front of you. Then Chaturmukh Brahma comes down and tells you, hey, this is not rose, this is a coconut. Will you accept it? You will tell Brahmaji, go back to Brahmalok. Over there you can call it coconut. We call it rose here. In Martyalok, what we call it? Rose. So you will even send this Brahma, Chaturmukh Brahma also back. Isn't it? So anything that is Pramana Siddham, no other authority can cancel it. Nobody has authority over Pramanas. So now, what is the nature of Atma? Who can tell? Only Shabda Pramana? Only Shabda Pramana has got the access or not? Of the Shabda Pramana, only Shabda has the access to say what is the nature of Atma. Not that Shabda is going to make you experience Atma. Experience Aham Asmi is always there, without which no other experience is ever possible. Here we are not going to give you any experience. Then one Mahatma came. Oh, these Vedanti people, they will only talk about all these things, Atma, Atma. But do you want to experience Atma? Obviously, all these people, yes, we want to experience Atma. Then don't listen to this. You come to me. I will play some pauri. What do they call it? Flute or some. There's one Mahatma from there, from the South India, Mysore. He said something like this. He plays a lot of music, healing music. There is no dearth of such people there in South India. All of them, and then they're all avatars also. Somebody is Dattatreya, somebody is Gautam Rishi, somebody is Kapil Rishi. All you will find whatever name it, and it is there in that supermarket. Then this fellow says that I will make you experience Atma. Whatever is experienced is not you, then it is anatma only. Now, what experience? That experience, that ahamasmi is already there, without which no experience Jagrat Swapna Sushupti is not possible. Okay, Unni? So now, though it is there, so you don't need to experience. What you need is to know what is the nature of Atma. And only Shabda Pramanam Shruti has got this, can tell you what is the nature of Atma. Okay? And therefore, now, whatever the Shruti says is the nature of Atma is only the Pramana Siddha Vastu. Oh, no. In meditation, we started experiencing special things. And these people have got several, these experienced people, they can actually harass, torture properly. They have all techniques to do that. Swamiji, you don't know. Hey, I have experienced. I can travel through people's body from here, go beyond, and I'm seeing all this around me. Now, it sounds like some sort of a horror movie that they make, the sci-fi movies and all. Like that, I'm going up beyond, like that. Go in, go out. Now, what are you saying? What medicines are you taking these days? Stop taking those. Not working. Then this, whatever is that you say, and then they have no, this has to be true because it is my experience. Sir, if your experience matches with the pramana, then your experience is true. If your experience has got anything else to say, then it is Brahma eva. What is the nature of this Atma? Brahma. If this is your experience, well, sir, we will fall at your feet. But if you have got anything else to say, Brahmanilaye paribhramantaha. Lost in that house of illusions. Brahmanilaye paribhramantaha. Miratai has come just now or what? Then, okay. So what is the nature of Atma from which there can be something that is other than Atma? Dvaita Shruti Virodhat Atma Satta Vyatirikta Satta Bhavacha Na Bhinnam. Now there is this Dvaita Shruti. Dvaita Shruti means that Shruti which talks about Dvaita. Dvaita Shruti means that Shruti which talks about Dvaitam. What does it say? It says Neha Nanasti Kinchana. When the Shruti has to talk about Dvaitam, What does the Shruti say? Nehasti nast. Dvaitam is not there. Dvaita Shruti Virodhat. If you say there is something other than Atma, and that what is other than Atma can be called as Ajnanam, then there will be Dvaita Shruti Virodha. You understand? So, first thing, Atma Satta Vyatirikta Satta Bhavachya Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. No? Atmai Vedam Sarvam. So, other than Atma Satta, other than the Atma, nothing else is there. Whatever is seen as real, the reality of everything is nothing but Atma. Atma Satta Vyatirikta Satta Abhavat Na Bhinnam. So why can it not be called as something being other than the Atma? First reason is Dvaita Shruti Virodhat. What is the second reason then? Atma Satta Vyatirikta Satta Abhavat. Na Bhinnam is not different. Got it? Abhinnam iti ched, then let us say that this Ajnanam is not different from Atma. Not different from Atma means you call it Atma, we will call it Ajnanam. Is that okay? So here says Atma Shaktitva Bhava Prasangat. So he has used a different reasoning over here, and we will see this when we meet tomorrow. Enough for now. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharya Shavam Bhavarayanam Sudrabhashakritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namah Parvati Pataye Hara
Hara Hara Mahadev.
Mahadev Mahadev Mahadev.
Thank you, Swamiji. Pranams.